Every choice you make leads to the next choice, which leads to the next, and I know it's hard to know which path to take. There will be times in life where you need to stand up for yourself. Times when the right thing is actually to back down and apologize. Times when the right thing is to fight. Times when the right thing is to turn and run. Times to hold on with all you have. And times to let go with grace. Sometimes the right thing to do is to throw out the old schools of thought in the name of progress and reform. Sometimes the right thing to do is to sit and listen to the wisdom of those who have come before us. How will you know what the right choice is in these crucial moments? You won't. How do I give advice to this many people about their life choices? I won't. The scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now.
Oh my God.
Wow, I wish that the camera could really see what I'm seeing right now. I like the breeze that it causes.
Oh, wow, and if I put it this way, it just turned a completely different color.
Look at that.
It's beautiful. It's so soothing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I just got goosebumps. This is a completely hypnotizing little thing, isn't it?
This is curing all of my ADHD.
I've seen some people kind of not respond to it. How can you not respond to this invention?
It looks like a bubble. It's like a jellyfish. It's like a little hat. This looks like the deep sea creatures.
What do they call these things?
Does it have a name? I have to name this?
Name it.
What do I want to name you?
I'm gonna give this toy a name.
Well, I sort of want to call her Sabrina Carpenter.
The only name that keeps coming is Sabrina.
It reminds me of a dream I had while I was making the Scorsese film Silence, and I was not eating very much and refraining from otherworldly delights. I was visited by this. It felt like a divine, feminine kind of soul. And I don't think I could name it, so I'm gonna have to refuse to name it.
I think that's the key.
Oh my God, the song. Oh my God, so pretty.
30 years ago, I had a producer tell me that I was a popcorn actress. And at that time, I made that mean that this wasn't something that I was allowed to have, that I could do movies that were successful, that made a lot of money, but that I couldn't be acknowledged. And I bought in, and I believed that. In those moments when we don't think we're smart enough, or pretty enough, or skinny enough, or successful enough, or basically just not enough, I had a woman say to me, just know you will never be enough. But you can know the value of your worth if you just put down the measuring stick. And so today, I celebrate this as a marker of my wholeness and of the love that is driving me, and for the gift of doing something I love and being reminded that I do belong. Thank you so much.
Harry and Hermione should have ended up together.
No!
No. Definitely Ron and Hermione.
And Ron and Ginny.
Yeah, but
You think Ron and Ginny?
I mean Harry and Ginny. I meant Harry and
Ginny.
I'm sorry.
That's a different story altogether.
I meant Ron and Hermione.
Ron and Hermione.
and Harry and Ginny.
Yeah,
of course, they
for
belong
sure.
together. She's
But you know what I would have
and he
loved to
loves
see?
her.
Harry and Luna.
Really?
I think that could have been really
Luna
cool.
and Neville for life.
Fair.
Everyone ended up where they needed
Yeah.
to be,
Fair.
except like the people who died. There were too many deaths.
I
didn't
was a
need
lot.
to cry the way I did.
No.
That was too much.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but
We lost a few.
You know who didn't need to die?
Who?
Is Lupin
Lupin didn't. Yeah, Lupin didn't.
and Nymphadora.
Dobby?
That.
Dobby dying was upsetting.
That was disgusting.
So we could have sent him off to a really beautiful life after the that he'd been through.
Oh my God.
You know, I really didn't. I didn't need that. That's what I didn't need.
And the whole.
It wasn't necessary.
Has friends.
No.
Or whatever.
No.
Like before he literally dies.
No.
That.
It's too sad.
Oh, no.
And honestly, I'll say it. Bellatrix.
Yeah. Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
How dare you
How
take
dare
him?
you?
How dare you take him from us? The best part of any of the films. Not my daughter, you bitch.
The bond between humans and animals is very special. Did you know that stroking an animal lowers the stress hormone cortisol? So this is Bambi.
Thank you so much. What kind of rabbit is this?
She's a rescue, so she's a mix.
Just a mix. Hello. Oh my God, she's
got a bit of Netherland dwarf.
Netherland dwarf. My name's Holland.
It was meant to be. Do you think it would be okay for you to read her some nursery rhymes?
Yeah, I would love to, yeah. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain. And she does like it, doesn't she? Washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again.
She loved that.
Oh.
Would you like to read her one more?
Yeah, let's do it. Two little ducky birds. I'm dyslexic, by the way. This is about as advanced as reading as I do these days.
She's got her husband with her back there somewhere because they can't be separated. They have to keep them together.
So they come as a pair?
Because they're bonded.
Don't tell him about us. It's okay. What we have is so special.
Really took something that is generally an inner dialogue of such harshness and negativity that I think is relatable not just to women, but to all of us as human beings, that we all are subject to moments of despair, of feeling rejected, discarded, that we don't belong. The battle with oneself is really, though, at the heart of it. You know, the battle with the aspects that are ego-driven, the tendencies of narcissism, and the need to be loved. I mean, at the root of it, it's all like this desire to be loved. And, you know, for me, this was also a character that I knew stepping in was not about being glamorous or looking great, or, you know, that to commit to this was about going to the depths of those places, not just physically, but emotionally, that were very vulnerable and raw. But for me, the most fascinating part was not what was being done to her, but it's what she does to herself.
When is your birthday?
The worst birthday in the world.
Oh, no, what?
January 3rd.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It's so
Not
bad.
the crew, like, oh. Oh.
No one wants to get you anything because
Yeah.
they have no money. No one wants to eat any more food because
Yeah.
they're really full and fat. No one wants to come out. They want to stay
Everyone
home.
started no drinking.
Everybody
drinking.
started their no
Yeah.
drinking, no eating, whatever carb-free thing they want to
Yeah.
do, which sucks anyway.
Do you know what, though? This year, I'm not going to approach January with the same January energy that I do. We have one every year, and we agree as a world to be like, oh yeah, let's be miserable.
Poor January.
Poor January. I want to be January's PR manager.
Yeah.
And first thing is, it's Florence Pugh month.
Yeah.
That's how I'm calling it.
Well,
Come
there
on,
we
like,
go.
let's just can't be miserable every year.
Yeah.
I don't like vacations because, you know, I feel too guilty to go on a vacation.
Were you like that when you were a kid?
Yes, I hated vacations when I was a kid, but not because I felt guilty, more just because I was like, so I had this like, I hated school so much and everything, and like every time the school ended, like Friday, I was more scared than even Sunday night because I knew the weekend I'd be thinking about school. And so like when school ended, June 16th every year, I would be so paranoid because I knew the entire summer is going to be thinking about September 8th. You know what I mean?
Sadly, I know exactly
Isn't that
what
awful?
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm more terrified of like anticipating the bad thing than the bad thing coming.
Then the bad thing itself.
Yeah, and then like school's there and I'm like there and I'm miserable and everything, but like it can get worse.
Really?
You know what I mean?
What? Were you bullied in school? Why do you?
I wish. No. I always wished there was like some concrete thing I could go home and say like, no, somebody beat me up. But like everybody was nice to me, I was just miserable.
And then I feel bad for watching it for whatever reason. It's a guilty pleasure, I suppose.
I never really watched any reality television until probably the pandemic. And then I watched Love is Blind. Well, because we were all stuck in our own little pods in 2020.
Love is Blind came out during COVID. And I did watch a lot of reality during COVID because I wasn't watching a lot of people. And I grew up watching people. Like, that's where I get so much of my inspiration.
I think there was something really captivating to me about watching these people have an entire experience of intimacy with this barrier between them. And then at some point, inexplicably turning that intimacy into like a feeling of love. But I think that the best part of the show is the pods. Once they get into the real world and then they're like, oh God, we have to meet the family, and like, oh God, I don't like the way he looks, then it becomes less interesting to me.
Also, there's some really kooky people that I'm like, that's amazing. And it's beautiful to see someone be so raw and so themselves. I don't know, I just like stealing from them.
It's harder now because now it's really popular, so you can't really tell if everyone is actually there for the right reasons.
No, I've never like looked any of them up on Instagram, but I have occasionally like dabbled in the reunion.
I check. Don't you check? I will look. I will make sure. I'll go to Instagram and find these people and make sure they're still together. I need to know what's happening.
What's the scariest animal?
Fascist Homo sapien. Right?
Yes. Unfortunately, they are not an endangered species anymore. They've really rebounded. Favorite smell?
So I would go for, and also I just love the word petrichor.
Oh, yeah. I love
the smell of dry earth after it's rained.
That.
And it's also such a great word.
Yeah, it just hits you on a hot summer day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yes.
You only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it? You don't have to listen to it all the time, but when you go to listen to music, this is it.
It's a song that reminds me of when I met my wife, and it's Inner City Blues by Marvin Gaye. I love that song. Here's the thing. It's a gentle, beautiful song. Feels like a summer's day, and yet it's got real politics in it. It's got some great lyrics. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I'm in heaven, see?
Take it. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
More of the same, please.
So we started off the year with Drive Away Dolls. My mom came to that premiere. She's like, my friends can't see this movie. My sisters can't see this movie. No one can see this movie. Luckily, no one did.
All right.
And then after that, I did this other movie called Kinds of Kindness. And for anyone who's seen that movie, you can understand why it was a huge problem when my dad called me on the way to see the movie in the car with his friends. And I was just like, please, Daddy, no. Turn around.
Turn the car around.
Don't go.
Do not.
Daddy, don't do it.
Okay, all right. All right, so tough, but they couldn't see that either.
Yeah,
Did
could
anyone
not
see
that one? No one saw that one either, so we're still in the clear.
All right, good, yeah.
But then this movie, The Substance, I had a nanny growing up, Julie Shelby, who's like youth group minister, super Christian, sweet Southern lady.
Oof.
And when she used to take me to the mall, she would like shield my eyes when we'd pass Abercrombie and Fitch advertisements.
She saw this movie?
So she texted me yesterday, and she was like, you should have warned me. They were the whole time being like, oh, God help her, please. Bless her soul.
Bless her soul.
Lord,
bless
have
my
mercy
soul.
on
Bless
Sarah
everyone's soul. You modeled before acting, is that
I did.
right?
Yeah.
What kind of modeling did you do?
I did stuff for Abercrombie and Fitch, but you would never know because none of my pictures got released. And
they took photos of you and they never used them?
Yeah, which I thought was unbelievable until my agent emailed and was like, "Why didn't you ever use her?" And then they, instead of answering with any words or explanation, they just sent over the photos. And there was this one part where they threw us a football, and we were on the beach, so they were like, "Play football."
This is
so
you and other girls?
And other model, boys, girls. There's like this one picture where this girl is like just about to catch this football, and behind her, I'm like flared nostrils, red face, my hair straight, and I'm like midair, like, "Ah!" And at one point, she screamed, "Get her away from me!" And, yeah, it was.
So you were just there modeling, and you were really playing football.
I thought that overnight I just got really good at football, and then I realized that they were model footballing, and I was really playing football. So I was like, these guys suck.
You live in New York City. You lived here for 10 years now.
I moved here when I was 16, yeah.
So you're a New Yorker.
I don't want to like adopt that without like having permission to say that, you know. I certainly love the city so much, but I feel like there's a lot about me that just says that I'm not from here.
You live in a studio apartment, which is very New York. But you recently got furniture.
It's taken 10 years, but I finally buckled down and I bought some furniture. For a very long time, I've had a mattress on the floor and a light from IKEA. And then I just felt like maybe that it wasn't a good look for me anymore, and I thought I should grow up.
This is your setup in your house. You took a picture of you having breakfast, and this is what it looks like in your apartment.
I love breakfast.
Yeah, me too. But that's unbelievable. That's your whole setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have your eggs.
Yeah, if you scroll in though, like some really well-made
That's not how a
eggs.
photo works, Margaret. You can't zoom in. You can't zoom into any photo and make it zoom in. But you have eggs and toast, I see, and maybe an avocado, perhaps.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I would have. Maybe we can
Come over for breakfast sometime.
Maybe we can. Yeah,
I have a table now.
I'll bring a pillow.
Another common thread with a lot of creative people is they want to get out. They want to get out there and see what's going on.
Right.
Which felt like when I read your book, you were very interested in that. Like, how do I get out of here and see stuff?
For people who don't know, like Eugene is like a real like hippy dippy kind of town. Like it's very granola.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very beautiful childhood, but it was a weird sort of environment. And I think that was a big part of why I became a very creative person, because I was just bored, because there was like no kids around. There was like no neighbors. I didn't have any siblings. I was an only child. And so I think I just got used to like spending a lot of time thinking about things. And
you just mentioned the word bored, and I remember telling my wife early on when our daughter was born, because there's such a culture now of kids must be constantly stimulated, you know? They're like listening to Beethoven in the womb. The minute they're born.
The iPad babies.
Exactly. They're constantly stimulated. And I remember saying to my wife, and she agreed, I said, we have to leave room for boredom, because boredom is where the good stuff comes from. You know, whether it's guys in Liverpool's in the late 50s, like there's nothing to do. Let's make a band, because there's nothing to do. And it's raining out. And I think, especially at a place like Eugene, Oregon, you know, you can't go outside and play every day. And
it's raining most of the time.
It's raining most of the time.
Do you feel uncomfortable when you are getting compliments from people?
I used to. I think if you're English, you feel everyone is being insincere. I feel we have that common trait.
Well,
I mean, you sort of bat away nice things people say to you.
I am uncomfortable with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I think they're being insincere.
Okay.
It just makes me go like, I don't know.
I think that's the kind of inner sound I make. But I think when I first came to America, it was alarming how easy Americans find it to look someone in the eye and go, "You are amazing," you know. And I was like, what is that? I had like an allergic reaction to it.
Your vocal style has had an influence on a lot of other artists. And I'm just curious, who were the people that influenced your style?
I would love to hear what you hear.
I hear Chet Baker.
I think one of my favorite singers in the world is like Ella Fitzgerald. I love Ella Fitzgerald. I love Julie London and Johnny Mathis and Harry Belafonte and Sarah Vaughan and Chet Baker.
Well, not every vocalist has a recognizable style as soon as you hear them. And you know Billie Eilish when you hear her. Was that the product of your love for these other artists just coming out through you, or choice?
I think at first I was singing the way that I knew how to sing and the way that I felt like it sounded good, and with inspiration from my favorite singers and songs and artists. And I think over time, I learned who I was and how I actually wanted to sound and what was genuine. And that's why I think it's really important that people are more forgiving of inspiration, because I think that we live in a world where like everyone wants to have everything be perfectly original and no one's ever done it ever in their lives. And like, absolutely, you don't want to copy anyone, but you have to let yourself be inspired. It's okay. Like, let them figure it out. They're inspired, and inspiration is gonna turn into more inspiration, is gonna turn into more inspiration. And I think you gotta let yourself do that. Dude, I was wearing like big long pants, like giant Pro Club shorts. I was wearing a thermal, long sleeve, a button-up flannel, a tie, rings, arm warmers, bracelet, and a weight. I had a weight strapped to me. That was...
And the weight was to keep you down.
Yeah. And I also
Whose idea was that? Yours.
Yeah.
Guys,
But I
it would be so cool if I could almost die.
Dude, I didn't have a nose plug, so I was basically waterboarding myself for like 6 hours.
So wait a second. So this was your idea. You had this image in your head. Do you mind if I ask what it meant to you, or is that interpretation my interpretation and your intention don't need to agree.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So it means whatever. To me, it looks like the alternate ending to Titanic.
Right.
When Jack got on the door and then they both died.
Oh my God. Oh,
did I crack the code?
God, that's
did I crack
so
the code?
Real, dude. Yeah. No, really the main point, aside from what it means or whatever, is that the point of it is it's supposed to be like, a lot of my inspirations for the visuals on this album were like optical illusion type things, like things that just make you question it or think about it for longer. So I was like, I want it to make you think.
Not the Marmite!
I'm bringing the Marmite to you.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Listen, this
means everything to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't had this in a long time.
Oh my God. And how do you eat it? Like, how do we do Marmite?
Okay, it's toast to the right crisp amount. Spread butter and just a tiny, teeny bit of a Marmite on top, like, and then just,
Jenny, I've never had Marmite.
No.
No, I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Has anyone here?
No. I'm so sorry.
What? Is this a New Zealand thing? Wait.
No, I feel like it is it's a UK thing as well, but I've just obviously never done it.
You should definitely try.
I'm going to take a recipe. Jenny, can you teach me your favorite Korean slang word?
Oh, Korean slang word.
And this is going to be awful. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm going to say 사랑해.
사랑해.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what have I said?
But you have to be more like 사랑해.
사랑해. What am I saying? No,
it's nothing. It means I love you.
I'm taking that. Oh wow. I was going to teach you a British one.
Okay, what is it?
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh.
Means like I'm done.
Oh.
Like you've done the album. Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh.
Done.
I'm done. I love it.
And I was going to Logan Airport, going through the line, TSA line, and I'm, you go through the line, you're taking off your belt, you're taking off your shoes. This really nice young guy in a white shirt and a baseball cap starts chatting with me, and he's saying, Conan, I love the podcast, and I really love the old late night clips. I watch them all the time, and I also really like the stuff you did with The Simpsons. And I'm like, he's so nice. Yeah. And I'm saying, thank you so much. Then we both go through the TSA thing. He goes through, I go through, I collect all my stuff. The way you're kind of distracted. I put my belt on, get my shoes back on. I turn around, see the guy, white shirt, hat, and I go, you know what? Let's do a selfie. Come here, let's do a selfie. And the guy goes, okay. And I said, come on, selfie, let's go! Let's go, you knucklehead. And I get him like in a headlock. Yeah. And he does a selfie, and just as he's taking it, I look, my guy's over there.
Who is it? Who is this guy?
This is just a guy who's also wearing a white shirt and a baseball cap, which is pretty effing common. So rewind that story now and see it from his point of view. He's waiting for his wife to come through. Conan O'Brien comes through, and it's like, hey! Selfie, get in here! Come on!
Come on.
Get over here!
That's what I'm talking about.
And I told the guy, I feel so, but you can delete it. And he looked like he was on the fence about deleting it. Just rocketing through it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, just rocketing through.
Could you explain what the hell you're talking about?
Time accelerates, is what I'm telling you. The more experience you've had in life, the less each single moment registers in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So time actually accelerates.
25.
Yeah.
We're a quarter of the way into this century.
That's crazy.
That's madness.
We're in like a sci-fi year. 2025 sounds like a future year.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
What year was Back to the Future? What year was that?
That just happened recently. Blay, you've got to know.
Wasn't it? You've got to know.
It was 2015.
2015 was when we were supposed to have hoverboards.
10 years ago.
Come on. We really dropped the ball.
I think there should be a Senate investigation into why we're not flying around, because
Blade Runners also happened time-wise too, right? Because they had flying cars in that.
No, every future sci-fi movie, now they're smart enough to say, in the year 4572, they've picked a time when clearly Humans will no longer be on the planet.
I was trying to do a very specific thing with my voice, which was this like very soft, held back, upper range falsetto, whereas I could have belted it, I could have sung it more out, I could have sung it in like more of a choral, like choir type da 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 da, and instead it was like a da 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 da. I used to float. It's really hard to do. Like honestly, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to sound good and be enunciating the words correctly and enough.
I remember that being a big part of the song was making sure that it was intelligible.
I wanted you to understand what I was saying. Could have literally done like I used to float and now but that's not what the song wanted, and I could have gone, I used to float. There's so many ways I could have sung it, but none of it worked the way that this kind of heartbroken, almost like you were just crying and now you're singing delivery was, and it was the hardest choice of all of the choices I could have made. The second chorus was belted for a while, and that run was belted, and it just didn't sound right. It just was like, this isn't what it's supposed to be. But of course, it's much easier to do that. I was like, oh, God, I have to do the soft, Okay.
Nice, dude.
I think I'm good. That run, it's intricate. It's fast, it's soft, it's back here, it's not forward.
A bunch of ad-libs that she did, but they're so berry.
Ad-libs. Oh my God, I could do a
person.
whole interview about ad-libs. Nobody ever asks me about ad-libs. They make songs so special. You don't even know, dude.
But they're that quiet. They're so... And again, under the lead.
I don't know how to feel. Oh, I love that one. I don't know how to feel. Love it. Oh, it makes me so excited.
It does like an emotional thing to you. I feel the same way about the little, what reminds me of like a Nintendo DS or something, which is this like arpeggiated
I love this.
organ.
I love this. I think this does so much for
But
the
it
song.
plays so quietly. It just kind of peeks out when the vocal goes away.
It's so nostalgic to me.
It's nostalgic. It sounds fake. Sounds like
it
a
makes me
toy.
want to barf. It's like so sentimental.
Also, a bunch of Mellotron patches.
It reminds me of like Sims.
I really wanted the whole thing to sound like Animal Crossing. I think that was a big...
ChatGPT is a great place to go for these very human questions. So I got a bagel this morning. I felt too nervous to ask something about the bagel, and then I had this thought, which was that I wonder if I had something more objectively horrifying happen in my life, I'd be much more comfortable asking about the bagel because I wouldn't have this kind of let's say needless, fantastical self-consciousness that for some reason I carry around. And so I said, is there any literature to support this kind of thing? And it said, yes, there are theories about growth through trauma, which means that, if you experience something traumatic, you're working on growth in a way that maybe makes you less subconscious about these kind of smaller little petty things. It was pumpernickel everything. And my initial question was, is pumpernickel healthier than eating a plain bagel? And then I was thinking, I could ask the people behind the counter, but no, it's a grab and go fast New York place. They don't want to answer this kind of question. And so then I went to ChatGPT and I said, do you think if I suffered an objective trauma, I would have asked if the pumpernickel was healthier? And it said, yeah, maybe.
Everyone goes out, right?
I don't go out very often.
Do you go to bars?
Not really.
Do you go cafe hopping?
What?
Does that mean what if you go to one cafe and just hop up and down? That's the kind of cafe hopping I do. Monsieur, please, if you could move on. So no cafe hopping, no bars, clubs?
No.
I haven't been to a club in my life. Concerts? You like music?
Yeah, you could put concerts.
All right.
That's fine.
Oh, wait, guys, you can only, we've reached our limit. You've chosen all 5.
All
What?
right.
You can only have 5 interests.
Are you kidding me?
How do you date if you can only say 5 things about yourself?
I think we could
leave it blank. I don't put anything in here.
Oh, this is Joe, the engineer.
shit.
I think we should have been talking to her all along. You sound like you know what
Joe's
you're talking
very
about.
cool. I trust her.
Yeah, Joe is super cool.
What's the strategy
Joe,
for
weigh in.
putting in nothing?
So I just do photos all from the same room.
What?
Why?
What do you mean?
It just, just use the same room, like just different parts of the room, and then a bio, and that's it. I think just people ask you more questions about why you're in the same room.
I like what I'm hearing. Maybe we don't check any of these.
Yeah. Take them off.
Take them off.
I trust her.
Joe, why didn't you say anything while we were completely screwing this up? You're so chill that you neglected to help us.
But some people like to put their interest in there, and then you just have to answer a lot of questions about like basketball.
Okay.
Even if your interest is cafe hopping?
Yeah.
Cafe hopping, that's weird,
Yeah,
right?
that's really weird.
I don't know. I love it.
You love it.
I love cafe hopping. It describes my life.
I would imagine your relationship to the films of your parents is much different than mine. Like I watch Pulp Fiction and I enjoy it, but you watch Pulp Fiction and you see your mom being stabbed with a hypodermic needle. That's got to be a little bit more traumatic for a young child.
It's a skill set to learn. I mean, I will say, like, I'm always asked about what I've thought of different films of my parents, and the truth is I haven't seen a lot of them, and you'd think that was weird, except try to imagine when is the right time to do that. Like, it's too important to watch one of their movies just like on your computer, like when you're on an airplane. It's like, that's too important. And it's weird to all get together as a family and watch it. I was so disturbed when I saw Kill Bill 2 specifically. I was older when I saw Pulp Fiction, so I was fine with that. But the coffin thing, I just couldn't. Right. But I saw my dad in a play when I was really young. Love the play, but I didn't know at the time that the character ends his life at the end of the play, and I was terrified.
So is there one that you're keeping for a rainy day that you haven't seen of either of your parents that you still haven't watched?
Yeah, but it's going to be so embarrassing if I say it out loud.
That's why we're here.
I mean, Dead Poet Society.
Gasps.
I know.
Gasps.
I know. You guys would all be shocked that I hadn't seen that. That one's locked in a box for a rainy day.
It's a good one. You should check it out. Yeah.
No, I want to share this with my wife because I'm not a stupid person, but I'm an idiot. And when we first started dating, she dragged me to Venezuela to backpack through Venezuela, and since then, over the last 20-something years, she's dragged me around the world reluctantly, and it's the way I got to know about the world, which is what this movie's about. And she also, through strict Marxist Leninist principles, taught me that my grief is unexceptional compared to the rest of the world, which is the other thing this movie is about. So, Anna, you put every worthwhile thought into my head over the last 20 years, and I love you so much.
This is actually a lovely little thing that a fan gave to me at the Wicked premiere in LA. He was so sweet. He gave me this little tiny book called Ari's Pick-Me-Ups, and I thought that was the cutest thing in the world. And they're just random quotes that are so uplifting and sweet, and one of the pages says toss toss with bubbles that he drew everywhere. There it is, next to a quote from John M. Chu. I thought it was really cute, and it's tiny, so I do keep it with me. This is a less small book, but this one's from my dad. He gave me this for Christmas last year. I love the quote on it. It says, "I'm going to make everything around me beautiful. That will be my life." And then it has a note from him in it. "This is your life, and it is so beautiful. Keep it going. Love, Daddy." And it's been my journal and where I work and take all my notes, and I have my schedule in here. So I always travel with this because my life is in it, but also so many fun little sentimental keepsake things are in there too.
Are you a romantic person?
I consider myself to be very romantic.
In what way?
I like to surprise my date.
What do you think is the best compliment that you can give someone?
That I like them.
That's pretty good.
I don't like anyone, so I like you.
Oh, thanks. Wow.
I like you so much that I flew into London to see you.
Do you believe in fate?
I do. It's less now, but I used to be a fate person. But fate has disappointed me, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
But now I'm back to I can decide my own fate. So let me be friends with fate again.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
That's been my life.
You've actually fallen in love at first sight?
Mm-hmm.
God.
I know instantly whether it's gonna work or not.
When you know, you know. Would you rather spend the day with a puppy or a capybara?
Capybara all day.
Yeah.
Have you ever met one?
No, I have not. Have you?
Yes.
And it was magical.
I want my date to be a capybara.
Okay, I'm right here. I'm right here, and I'm offended by that. That you'd rather a capybara sat here.
No, that's not what I...
Trust me,
They wouldn't be able to give this kind of conversation.
I meant like inside of my date. And
inside of your date, you would like the capybara.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like capybara energy.
Oh, capybara energy.
Yeah, I think I flirt with my face.
I know that you were so anxious as a child getting on the bus to go to school.
Well, I cried every day when I got to school, but they didn't want me to cry on the bus. The bus driver did not want me to cry because I guess it was probably dangerous for me to be weeping in the back of a huge moving vehicle. But basically,
I don't see why that's a danger.
Yeah. So if so she set up this system where if I didn't cry every day until Friday, on Friday she would give out Tootsie Roll Pops to all the kids on the bus if I made it through the week without crying on the bus. And so you would hear on Fridays from down the street, windows open on the bus, "Don't cry, Jesse. Don't cry, Jesse."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait a minute. This
Yeah.
is so sick. It's not like the treat's just for you. It's everyone else, which is creating this group thing.
Yes.
That's evil.
It's the equivalent of if you don't do all the push-ups, everybody in this room has to do 10 more.
That's insane.
You know what I mean?
That is wrong / kind of ingenious.
Yeah.
I grew up with my share of anxiety and hated going to school. I didn't want to leave my house. It's like your mouth tastes like aluminum. You have so much anxiety.
Yes.
And I've later thought, well, I hate to say it, but it probably contributed some things to me.
I know.
I've had many therapists and many people tell me, well, you didn't need that. You'd have been... You didn't, and I don't trust them.
No, me either.
It's like Dumbo's feather. I think I needed that.
I always think, there was like maybe a parallel universe version of me that was kind of happy and is an accountant. And so, but the painful thing is the thing that person told you is, no, you didn't need that. And that's even worse, because then it was just for nothing.
It was a waste of time.
In this world that we're living in, I think number one step would be to kind of shut off every form of technology and follow your instinct, meaning get some air, go find nature, and really kind of just start talking to yourself and listen to your heart and see what it needs. And from there, I think you would know where to go.
It was so fluid in a great way. It was a really creative, free time.
I miss that time a lot.
Yeah.
And there were no cell phones and no cameras, and nobody had this either exhibitionist side, or if they did, it was just for those around them because that's all who could see it.
It wasn't for laters.
Yes.
It was for right now.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
People lived in the present.
You see people on holiday and they're constantly recording. You will never look at it, and no one else will ever be able to see what you're seeing. You then forget the moment, and I know that myself. It's really, it's a dislocating thing rather than a connecting thing.
Do you have a memory that pops up right now in your mind when I say, what's a memory?
When we got married, we had absolutely no money. We couldn't have a photographer, and we had two friends who were photographers. One guy who got so drunk he forgot to load film in the camera, and the other one had such a good time that he didn't take any pictures. And as a result, we have one picture of our wedding. That's all we have is the two of us, a blurry picture of the two of us getting in the car. But I really remember the night as a result. And I was so sad and so upset, and I wept at the time that we didn't have any pictures. But in the end, I'm kind of quite pleased that I don't have any pictures, because I then constantly try and recall the evening.
I've just come back from Paris, and I'm so tired, and I just wanted to disappear into the colour black, and you seem illuminated within the colour black, and
that's such a nice thing to say. I love black. I love black. I like ivory. I like gray. I like navy. I like things that are, I find it soothing. I'm challenged by color. I like to look at it, but I sometimes get overstimulated by it. So I'm trying to allow myself to be soothed.
I think of you with color because of the beautiful color of your hair, and you have the colors that roses have in them. There's this incredible, subtle prettiness. And then to see you in black, it's really an exciting contrast, and interesting to hear how you feel about color. And these kind of muted colors like gray, that you kind of bring them to life with your coloring.
What a nice thing to say. My God, I should come here all the time. I have a lot of appreciation for my body. I have a lot of gratitude for how well it's functioned over the years. There were things I think I felt when I was younger about like being really pale and having a lot of freckles, and, you know, once again about my coloring and but all of those things sort of have disappeared because I feel like I've always been able to walk really fast. My body responds well physically. If I have to learn something, my body's able to do it. It hasn't really failed me. Even in terms of like being sick, I heal quickly. So I have a lot of appreciation for everything that it's done. And I'd feel like, you know, like we were saying before, I think I got attached. I think I'm super attached to it now.
That's great. Yeah. It's like such an ally when it is allowed to be a friend instead of a failing system, which was how I viewed it for so long.
It might be a matter of taste. People don't always like what you're doing or what you're trying to communicate, and that has to be okay too. But we're all human beings, right? So, you know, we all crave praise.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think that's an interesting thing too, how much people want to be seen, want to be acknowledged. And sometimes criticism feels like a slap in the face or something, or someone being, you know, dismissed. So I think that, no, I try to understand where it's coming from, try to use it constructively. And I also try to think about like where I'm critical and why I'm critical of something.
This is the manuscript to the picture of Dorian Gray. The thing that really astonished me about this was how little work there is on this. The reason that I like to look at manuscripts is to see the work, the mistakes. So the first time I saw this, sometime in the 70s, I told Toni Morrison, you have to go see this because there's almost no work on this. It's really shocking. And she said, you're wrong. It must be a fair copy, which was what they did before it went to the printer. They copied it over so that the printer could read it. And so I asked, and they said, no, it's not a fair copy. So she was pretty distraught over this. Many writers labor, or did, to appear effortless, you know, because you can't work wit. Wit is not a product of effort. It just isn't. So, I mean, it's not only wit, his work, but it is wit, which most things are not. But I would tell you that the first time I touched the actual page, it was like electricity went through me. It was really thrilling to touch the exact same thing that he touched, you know, because he is one of my favorite writers. Anything great has an effect on people, even if they don't know it. These are great artists. Great artists. That's why I like these writers, because they're great. Everyone should like these writers. I mean, I insist that everyone should like these writers, and they're banned all the time, especially Twain. I think that Mark Twain would not be flabbergasted by the tremendous, endless effort to ban his books. He might even be happy a little bit by it. But truthfully, the people who ban books have never read one, and so they should not be allowed to ban them. It would be as if I banned skis, okay, since I know nothing about skiing. He's writing to his editor why he hasn't finished the book he's working on. He's whacking away at it. Okay?
And what book was that?
Huckleberry Finn, okay? So, I mean, keep working on it, okay?
But I do think the two main characters have very different relationships to the idea of normality. So as you say, Marianne feels totally alienated from the idea of normality. Sometimes she seems to feel like she's a little bit better than normal people. Sometimes she actually thinks she's a lot worse than normal people. Connell, I think, at various points in the novel, just desperately wants to attain what he sees as the status of normality. That's like what he aspires to. And when he falls short of it, he becomes very anxious. So they do negotiate different relationships with the sort of the normal. But at the end of the day, they are both really just very normal. Nothing that happens to them is exceptional at all. Everything that they undergo is just like mundane. But that's what I'm interested in. I mean, obviously my own life is also very mundane, and it interests me because I'm living it. So I'm interested in writing about like just regular stuff. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I think I'm interested in inhabiting the idea of normal and sort of trying to expand or subvert or question it from within it, rather than stepping outside it and trying to observe it from there.
I feel like I started taking skincare seriously when I started breaking out. I didn't have acne-prone skin until I went to college, and then I did, and it's been kind of like a real journey ever since then. And so I think I've, on the skincare front, just tried to use products that I notice don't cause flare-ups. This is another must for me, because being on the road and traveling so much where sleep isn't always reliable, I feel like I wake up sometimes after a show or sometimes like something and my eyes are just red and puffy. And so this is Lumify, and it helps me feel like I appear more awake than I am. So I do like a drop per, and it's just really trustworthy, to be honest with you. It does feel like you look like you've had 10 coffees or something, in a not scary way, just in like I'm up.
The thing I love the most about libraries is that no matter what's going on outside, if it's super loud, if you're having a crazy day, you come in here. It's calm, it's quiet, it's relaxing, people are minding their own business. And I love it, it's so relaxing. It's like a recharging. I love this book. They're actually making a movie of it. And after I read it, I was so obsessed that I was going around telling everyone there should be a movie made out of this book. And it's happening. This is very cute. This cover is actually so much better in French than it is in English. La femme de ménage veut. Everything I say in French, like my tone automatically goes like very quiet and lower because I know I'm like saying it wrong, so I just try to hide it. If you have read this book or you've seen people talk about it on TikTok, which is what happened to me, to be honest, I couldn't go past a certain point. It became so sad and so heartbreaking, I never finished it. So I have to finish it. I'm not excited about it, but I love that it's so sad. I love sad books too.
I don't have a smartphone, a cell phone, a computer, a Wi-Fi connection in my apartment. But I am aware of the effect of the internet, which is suffocating. But everyone asks me all the time, are you afraid of AI? Not understanding things is helpful to not being worried. I have to point that out. I'm more worried about human intelligence than I am worried about artificial intelligence.
Kind of obsessed with my teachers. I wanted to make them feel validated by caring about what they were teaching. And I'm such a people pleaser. It's really when I was 15 that I realized that I think I wanted to pursue theater as a career. And the way I connected to that not feeling like a vanity project was because of the academia angle of studying. Specifically, I was really fascinated by Russian history, and the thing that moved me learning about Russian theater was it became the voice of the people, because there was just obviously so much authoritarian government, and the arts were what were representing the people's voices, and they had to in some cases become very clever with their own messaging being hidden within the stories. And so I think it was through academia that I found it to be a very important part of culture and history.
Dude, that's weird considering, Wanda Maximoff. Isn't she Russian?
Yeah. She's a fake Eastern European country called Sokovia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stress will shrink your brain? Really? Yes, really. The data here are quite clear. Stress does have effects on the brain, and it can shrink the brain, and it shrinks the area that grows new brain cells, the hippocampus. When we cultivate wholesome habits of mind through meditation, it turns out that our brains literally change. Meditation changes two major systems in the brain. It changes our capacity to pay attention. The prefrontal cortex is majorly involved because this is the area of self-regulation, and this area is strengthened by meditation. The second change that occurs in the brain with meditation is focused on emotion, and meditation improves our ability to regulate our emotions, particularly in changing the connectivity among different networks in the brain. Most of the time, our self-related thinking, our beliefs about ourselves, really hijack our perception of reality. And what meditation does is it alters that. It shifts our connectivity so that we can see that our thoughts about ourselves, our beliefs, our expectations are there, but we can appreciate them for what they are. I need to get smarter. Anyone have any hacks for IQ or any activities they can do to increase neuroplasticity? The single best way that's non-pharmacological and safe is something that may be surprising to viewers, and that is aerobic exercise. Neuroplasticity is a word we use to refer to the fact that the brain can change in response to experience or to training, and it includes many different mechanisms, forming new connections, decreasing connections, kind of sculpting the brain. There are also new neurons that actually can grow, a process that we call neurogenesis. The real question is, how can we combine an increase in neuroplasticity with training the mind to improve our emotions? And there, I think, a combination of physical exercise and meditation is perhaps an ideal combination. Let me introduce something that I think is really totally new, the possibility of contemplative aerobics. Please try it.
Internally, only excitement, pure joy. In the physical world, there's still a lot that I need to get done before it. But, really, for the first time, I'm just excited. Excited, and I feel I'm going to have a great time. So I hope to anyone who comes to watch my show will have a great time too.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Can't wait to see it. And you're obviously a fashion icon. I think I could say that.
Thank you.
Let's build the perfect festival outfit. And if you're at your set, what should they be rocking?
I'm like a comfort person, so I need like comfortable pants and shoes to begin with.
Shoes are huge.
Yeah. And for me, it's always about wearing something cute on top. Something that I normally wouldn't wear because I'm never in that weather, first of all. Yeah. I'm never always in the desert. So throw on some baggy jeans and a cute top.
Yeah.
I think I'm like an over-note person.
Yeah.
So I just write a lot of things down. And I've realized that it helps in time. Like, I didn't realize the things that I've written in my notes were going to be a part of this album. Like, I wrote something probably like years ago feeling stupid. And, I look back and like, oh, I remember the time I did this. And then it becomes one of your work, like art and the whole circle. So I always like to write things down and note everything in case I forget. But it helps in time to be present. That's what I tell myself every day, to just enjoy what's in front of you and see what's in front of you, not that was something that was in your past or something that's gonna happen. Just like try to embrace everything that goes on around in your day, and it could be like the smallest things too.
And I'm walking down the street and I see an Erewhon, and I go in and I wait in the line, and then I look at the smoothies and I panic and get the only smoothie I know, which is the Hailey Bieber smoothie. Yes. I didn't want to say I'll have the Hailey Bieber smoothie, so I went, I'll have that raspberry one. And the guy was like, the Hailey Bieber smoothie, and I went, the raspberry one. And he went, you want the Hailey Bieber skin exfoliating? Is that what you want? The one that makes your skin glow? I went, I'll just have the raspberry one.
Oh my God.
And then he said, what name? And I was about to use a different name, and I went, nope, don't do that. That's stupid. I just said Conan. I wait near the thing, and then they went, Cohan. And I'm like, I just hosted the Oscars. It's Conan, and I want the Hailey Bieber smoothie. and it said Cohan, C-O-H-A-N on it. And then I went and I sat alone at this little table, and it's the most embarrassing looking smoothie you've ever seen because it's got little swirls of red, and then there's like a creamy swirl. And I sat there and I'm like, slurp, slurp, because I panicked and I sat, and there's a big picture window, and bang, bang, bang against the window. And I look out, and there's a guy, like a fan gives me the big thumbs up, and I have the straw in my lips, and I'm going, slurp, slurp, and I gave a thumbs up back.
Every day I find something in creativity that I have never seen. This is the most amazing thing about the time we live in. There is so much resource to be able to find new things. Every day I come across a new artist I've never heard of, music that I've never heard before, writers I've never even heard of. When someone goes, oh, you know this person, I love being able to say, no, I don't. Because it means that you found something in a day that you never knew existed.
Are you both matching? So this wasn't planned? You haven't seen each other yet tonight?
No.
This is like besties matching?
I feel like we have similar tastes sometimes.
A lot of
so it
people say
happens.
we're like golden retriever black cat.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I think that's very true.
My Spanish book. When I'm away, I like to learn languages. I have a teacher who I speak to on Zoom. And so my laptop and my GCSE higher Spanish is with me. Notebooks for French and Spanish. I think I'm gonna stick to French and Spanish and try and get good at those first. And then if I can do it, then maybe Italian as well. But I speak Albanian fluently. Hey Vogue, on jam Dua Lipa,
My whole family are such brilliant supporters. They will be there come rain or come shine. Even when I'm not there in the city to attend the premiere, they will be there and they will show up in like full pew force. And they are just like massive supporters. No matter what I do, like I took my gran and my granddad to watch Midsommar.
Yeah.
In the cinemas. Like, it wasn't even a premiere. Like, I just took them to our local view. And I remember afterwards my granddad going, well, I wouldn't have watched it if you weren't in it. And I'm like, not surprised. He was like, but you're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, darling.
I don't think chocolate ice cream is that good. But you know what I love? So I get vanilla ice cream and I put olive oil on it and sea salt. There's so many people that I've showed it to, I've brought to the dark side. It's so good. You have to try it.
I think we should all try this tonight.
Let me know what you think.
Next up is headphones. I love these. Sometimes I'll just go on walks and I'll just put them on and I'm not even listening to anything. I'm actually a big fan of silent walks. When you like make music for your job and you like play shows and are in the studio all the time, sometimes silence is the way to go. And I annoy all my friends because sometimes we're in the car and I make them turn their music off because I get overstimulated, which is crazy because that's my job. I still do the over-the-ear Bluetooth ones, which actually I feel like now is quite retro because I feel like the cool girls are making the wired, like 70s-y headphones come back in. This is my most prized possession in the world. I've been an avid journaler since I was like in 3rd grade, which I'm so grateful for because now I have all these logs of all my memories throughout the years. And I always keep it with me, not because I'm like writing like on the fly, but I'm just so terrified constantly that I'm going to lose it or someone's gonna steal it. So I always keep it on my person. I have some pictures in here too. It's my mommy and my daddy. These are my 2 best girlfriends at my 21st birthday party.
You don't like fruit in salad?
I just don't love like dried cranberry or strawberry. That really upsets me. Also, I think it's a thing because I don't eat cheese. Because like often if you have like apple in salad, you put a cheese in.
Yeah, sure.
And when you don't have that balance, it just makes it sweet.
What's the biggest offender for you? Is there one where you're like, that is particularly offensive to me?
Strawberries pretty rough. Strawberries rough.
Fruit in a fruit cake.
Exactly. Or fruit salad.
Exactly.
Fruit salad is fine.
It's fine. Just not fruit in the salad.
Yeah. We go with a huge cart in the US and fill it up. And I still do that because I'm so American. The French really only buy things for like the next meal. Oh, they're buying like 3 items. And also they have very tiny fridges. A lot of things they don't even put in the fridge because when you're buying stuff that you're just going to use, you don't
need to.
You just leave it out. And it's a real different food culture.
That's my theory why all these older women in Italy are still so thin and fit is because every day, like my grandmother, every day she'd go out and shop. And they wouldn't drive. They would just go shopping with their little cart or they'd hold it. And so you're constantly doing exercise. And as you say, they're only buying for the day. So they're buying stuff that's in season, bang on.
I have a similar theory about the French with the bread because the bread, it's like such a big part of life. And the bread's so amazing and you eat so much bread. But people are not overweight. And in the US, everyone's like, no carbs, no carbs, no carbs. And I think it's because of, again, freshness. You buy your bread right before you get it, so they're not putting preservatives in it.
Exactly,
and I think that must be such a big difference. We go with a huge cart in the US and fill it up, and I still do that because I'm so American. The French really only buy things for like the next meal. Oh, they're buying like 3 items. And also they have very tiny fridges. A lot of things they don't even put in the fridge because when you're buying stuff that you're just going to use, you
don't need to.
You just leave it out, and it's a real different food culture.
That's my theory why all these older women in Italy are still so thin and fit is because every day, like my grandmother, every day she'd go out and shop. And they wouldn't drive. They would just go shopping with their little cart or they'd hold it. And so you're constantly doing exercise. And as you say, they're only buying for the day. So they're buying stuff that's in season, bang on.
I have a similar theory about the French with the bread because the bread, it's like such a big part of life. And the bread's so amazing and you eat so much bread. But people are not overweight. And in the US, everyone's like, no carbs, no carbs, no carbs. And I think it's because of, again, freshness. You buy your bread right before you get it, so they're not putting preservatives in it.
Exactly,
and I think that must be such a big difference.
And then there's that brilliant law in France that they have a baguette can only cost, I think it's €1 or €2 now. So everyone can afford a loaf of bread. I think that's brilliant.
I am a Top Chef diehard. I also recently discovered these Korean cooking competitions on Netflix. Have you been watching?
We're going to South Korea as a result of it.
I want to go.
Come with us to
please.
Korea.
I've never been.
What's the show?
So there's a show called Culinary Class Wars. And there's also a spin-off called Chef versus Fritz. They're so wild.
But they get something like a 3-star Japanese Michelin star chef compete against a woman who's 70 who cooks from a shack in Korea. And she will come up with this amazing dish that even these chefs are going, oh my God, we can't beat it. We can't. She blows them away. And that's the great thing. And some underdog comes through. And then also really cool. Ingredients that I look at, I think, what the hell would you do with that? I don't recognise that ingredient.
Let's wrap this up and watch it right now.
It's really good. It's really good.
I was a very shy child. I was always just afraid of embarrassing myself, which kept me from trying things. It says break now. Why? So it was very hard for me to get out of my shell and just try something new.
Okay, turn.
I'm in this new phase of trying to say yes to things and go for it a little bit more.
We're grooving.
I've tried tennis, not that great at it, but still I've tried. I've tried trapeze, and now I'm tobogganing.
Okay, I'm so bad. I'm doing one-handed now. I'm a pro.
We should push ourselves out of our comfort zones because you never know what magical thing might happen when you do. I don't know, I think sometimes we let fear get in the way of finding out the best parts of ourselves. At least I know I do that, so. I've been very lucky to have characters that have pushed me physically, right? They push me to do things that otherwise I never would have done. I don't know if I like it. Well, I like it after it's done. And then I end up expanding and finding new parts of myself, which is really special.
Who you associate with is just enormously important. And don't expect that you'll make every decision right on that. You're going to have your life progress in the general direction of the people that you work with, that you admire, that become your friends. I mentioned a few fellows. They're people that make you want to be better than you are. That's something you learn, and of course you learn it late in life. It's hard to really appreciate how important some of those factors are until you get much older. And I would try to look for something that I would do if I didn't need the money. I mean, what you're really looking for in life is something where you've got a job that you'd hold if you didn't need the money. And I've had that. Every one of those ones I named, they always did more than their share. And they never sought more than their share of the credit. They just behaved as the way you'd like anybody you work with. And when you find them, you treasure them, and you don't give up on looking around. And you will find people do wonderful things for you. And for some reason, apparently you live longer too. But these people I'm talking about, including myself, I mean, I like to attribute it to this and a few other things, but I think a happy person lives longer than somebody that's doing some things that they don't really admire that much in life.
So what's your favourite animal on the farm?
every holiday, I always ask for a mini moo, which is like a very, very small micro cow. Wake you up for breakfast, like one day I'll teach him how to make coffee. Hopefully we can sit together and snuggle in bed.
I don't really love animals. What's that problem?
Just any?
I don't really think about animals that much. Like, how often do you think about animals?
A lot of, I think a lot of the day I'm thinking about animals, actually.
Yeah. If you could meet one horse in history, who would it be?
Seabiscuit. If we could go fully animated, Spirit.
I love Spirit.
You do?
Yeah, I love Spirit.
Did Amelia just think about an animal?
Actually, no, I do like horses. I'd love to meet Shadowfax from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Black Beauty, I think, is an obvious one.
What kind of music you listen to, Maya?
I listen to all kinds of music. I love lyrics. I don't really care what genre it is if the words are good.
We didn't introduce your dog.
This is Lucky. She's not very photogenic.
She's hiding.
Hard to see.
She's hiding from the camera.
Yes, that's good. Hello. This is Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love it. This is Lunch. She's the fucking coolest genius, insane, amazing.
Coolest genius.
Maybe the coolest genius.
How did you get into music?
Just like I was always writing songs, or like since I was a little kid, I saw it as a really good way to get your point across. Yes, because Eminem sampled it, and I was like thinking it was Eminem sampled it, but it's a Dido song.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. I just haven't listened to the original in a long time. I listen to Stan all the time.
Stan was so
Stan is so good.
Who produced that song? Who came up with that idea?
I don't know. To sample that Dido track is like, it's so wild. And it's such a great song, and the Dido song is so great.
This is one of my favorites. This one was viral on TikTok recently, actually.
Okay.
Do you recognize the melody at all? 'Cause it's actually been used in a lot of pop culture.
Give me some reference points.
Do you know the song All By Myself?
Yeah. I thought I heard that.
Actually used bits of this song.
So when is this from?
This is very romantic.
Yeah.
This is a Russian composer. And there's a lot of tension, a lot of, lots of big sweeping lines, and instruments are playing there's a lot more drama, a lot more passion. It's a little soupier, but in a good way. It's tugging at your heartstrings a little bit more.
I'm partial to the Russian composers.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, who is this? I'm not even gonna try.
This is Rachmaninoff.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is this Russian as well?
Of course it's Russian.
Yeah.
It's full of drama. The Russians love the drama.
Who is this?
This is Shostakovich.
Shostakovich.
This is his 10th symphony. One thing I really love about Shostakovich is that he would write the name of people in his lives, loves in his lives, into his music, through musical code almost. He has this one line which is da 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 dum, which almost all the Shostakovich I've played has it. Whether it was a piano trio, a string quartet, or orchestra piece, it always had this da 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 dum. But it's the transcribed name of his lover.
You do that too.
I do that.
In your music, you weave in.
I weave in the name.
Loves.
Yeah, I weave in people's names in musical writing. But it's a whole code. You have to be really nerdy to figure them out in my songs.
My favorite meme of myself. There's only one really good one. There's me doing the dance. And do you know what? That is the dance that people do when you have a good bite. When you just eat something delicious, then you start dancing and going this is so good. That's what that is. I also love traveling and exploring new places and going to different restaurants and trying new food and museums and galleries and just meeting new people. That's my favorite part about touring. The hardest part is being away from home. That's the thing that I miss the most. Whenever I'm home, it's dinner parties. That's why I like Christmas and that kind of period so much, because everyone's at home. You can make plans with everyone, come over. To be honest,
I did my waiting, 12 years of it. That's Harry Potter. That's Sirius Black. Daniel Radcliffe would have been about 11 when I first met him. They were all delightful, super smart, super talented. It was a great time. Yeah, I'm very proud to have been in it. And my personal feeling is they're not going to go anywhere near people that were connected with the original. I'm actually very intrigued to see it because so much of the books were cut. I would have fancied a go at Dumbledore, but getting up there now to the right age for Dumbledore.